Hello everybody, here we are on Thursday afternoon at Now You're Cooking, doing our live weekly cooking demo. Tonight we're talking about sauces, and I'm really excited to make Hollandaise tonight. It's a little scary sometimes, but I've made it twice, and in fact just realized I've been using half the butter, but it still turned out really great, really tasty, but I am going to do it right tonight. Fingers crossed. Just wanted to quickly mention that we're open every day 10 to 5, except Sundays we're open 10 to 4. We can allow you into the store as long as you're wearing a full face mask over your nose and mouth. We'd love to see you in here. If you have some reason why you can't or don't wish to wear a mask, we will always do curbside with you. The number for that is 207-443-1402. And we didn't do a sound check tonight, so let us know if you can't hear anything. So first of all, let's talk about sauces. There are 5 major sauces traditionally that are called mother sauces, and they're called this because they give birth, if you will, to other sauces. So for example, bechamel is one of the mother sauces. With that you can make a cheese sauce, which we did with our lobster mac and cheese, and I think we used it in something else, I don't remember. So bechamel, velouté sauce, brown sauce or sauce espagnole, tomato sauce, basic tomato sauce, and then Hollandaise is the 5th mother sauce. So some of the other sauces you can make with this is béarnaise sauce, which is instead of lemon juice, which we're going to use tonight, you can use tarragon vinegar and then fresh tarragon in the sauce. You can make, of course I can't remember what any of these are called, sauce Dijon, I believe, which has mustard in it. There's one that has whipped cream folded into it. So from this one sauce you can make lots of different options. So that's why they're called mother sauces. So Hollandaise is egg yolks. It's really simple. I say it's simple. It's not that simple, but simple recipe. Egg yolks, water, lemon juice, and clarified butter. Clarified butter is awesome. A lot of people also refer to it as ghee, and you can see that. And what I've done is I've heated it up on the stove, taken my spoon, and I've just taken the butter solids out of it. So it's pretty much just the butter fat. The nice thing about this is it's a little bit healthier for you. It also has a really high smoke point, so it's great if you want to use it for sauteing fish or vegetables or anything that you want the heat a little bit higher, but if you're using butter, it's going to burn. So the clarified butter is great for that. If you make a bunch of it, you can keep it covered in the fridge for up to about a month. So it's really great to have on hand. So this is a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks, and it's about 3/4 of a cup of clarified butter from that, and the rest. And there's some butter in here. I mean, some of the clarified butter in here too, but it's hard to get off the butter solids without taking some of the clarified butter with you. So tonight we're going to make an eggs Benedict, except it's just going to be the English muffin and the egg and Hollandaise. We're not going to do any meat tonight. I love eggs Benedict with lobster meat. If you have some leftover lobster meat or crab meat, just warmed up a little bit with a poached egg on top. So I am going to poach a couple of eggs. And there's a couple ways that you can do that. We have these great guys. I have one of these at home, and it's perfect for just doing 1 egg. It's a non-stick little pan. This is the same thing, but this does up to 4. And I think we have a 6 poacher as well. So you just put a tiny bit of oil or butter in the insert, boil your water, plop your egg in there, cover it. In about 4 minutes, you've got a perfect poached egg. Really easy cleanup. And I just love those things. So while I water for the poached eggs, and this is a little complicated, so bear with me here. It takes a lot of thought to make this all happen at the same time. But I have done it, so I have some confidence here. While that water is boiling, I am going to separate my eggs. So that is the yolk in one dish and the whites in the other. The other day I made this. Today I had scrambled egg whites with some onion and stuff. It was delicious. So don't throw your egg whites away unless you really have no interest in using them. As you know by now, I love getting my hands dirty, so I usually do this by hand. We do have gizmos for separating your eggs, and those are great too, especially if you don't like to get your hands dirty like I do. But I'm just letting the white go between my fingers. Sometimes the white tends to stick to the yolk a little bit, and you just have to force it off there a little bit. And number 3. You can easily double this recipe, or 1.5 times, well, you can't 1.5 times 3, but you can easily make this recipe bigger if you have a bunch of people coming. The Hollandaise will stay pretty good at room temperature for about an hour. You just want to really keep an eye on it. So I have my 3 yolks, and I'm adding a tablespoon of water. That just helps them to fluff up a bit. And I'm just whisking those up, and I'm going to try to get them right-handed here. Try to get those a little bit fluffy. So that's pretty good. Get a little air in there. So you can see what that looks like. And I am going to try my best to do this all in 4 minutes. So this is another awesome thing. These are called Poach Pods. Just put a little oil on there. Plop them in the SS poached egg here. And then I'm going to break my egg right in there. And another one here. And I do want to mention that Mike next week is going to make homemade English muffins. So archive this one somewhere so that you can make your own English muffins and impress everybody with Eggs Benedict. All right, so I have a pan simmering here. You do not want to put your eggs in a hot pan. So if you're using a double boiler, which you should use because it's a lot safer, don't put the pan on there. You don't want that to get hot. And then this is the most time-consuming part, and the scariest part is happening right now. And I am just going to cook my eggs. You want to really keep an eye. You don't want to be chattering away like I am right now while you're doing this, because it comes together really quickly. Just turn my heat up a little bit. But we want to cook these egg yolks really slowly because you don't want to scramble them. Gives you really good, strong forearm. You can also, if you don't have a double boiler, they're super handy for doing chocolate and all kinds of stuff like that. But if you don't have one, you can use a pot and a stainless steel bowl on top of it. You just want to make sure that it fits so the steam's not coming out. You want to make sure the heat is staying right underneath your pot or your bowl. So it looks like it's not doing anything, but we're going to find that all of a sudden it's going to start coming together. And just remember too, I think a lot of people are afraid to do Hollandaise. And I admit, when I made it Sunday morning, a friend was over and she said she'd never seen me nervous in the kitchen before. And I wasn't really nervous, but okay, I was a little nervous. So this is coming together. Maybe it's not quite. A little more heat under there. So you just want the bottom pan that has the water in it, you just want to simmer on that. Not super, super hot. And you'd probably be much safer if you did your poached eggs after you made your Hollandaise, but of course, I want everything to be done at the same time. Okay, so this is starting. It's going to happen all at once. I assure you it is going to happen. So you can see, actually, if you come in close here, Heather, you can start seeing that when I scrape the bottom of the pan, it shows the bottom of the pan a little bit, which means it's almost done. And I'm going to let it go just a little bit. I really don't want to scramble, but as soon as it stays in place when you scrape the bottom of the pan and it doesn't ooze back over. So I'm going to say that's pretty good. So I'm immediately adding my tablespoon of lemon juice, and that is going to stop it from cooking any further. Okay, and then, all right, we have 55 seconds left, you guys. I'm going to put this here, and I just want a little warmth to keep it warm-ish. Get rid of my egg whites. So I'm just going to put a cloth over it, and that's also going to keep it sitting in one place. And I am going to start adding butter, but I'm going to do it literally a few drops at a time and make sure it's really well mixed in there. I'm so glad this is not congealing. I'm so pleased. It's actually working. Can you see okay, Heather?
That's awesome.
And as I'm adding the butter, I'm starting to add a little bit more at a time. Okay, our eggs are, oops, that was maybe a little much, but we get it mixed in there. This is coming together beautifully. So again, if I were doing béarnaise sauce, instead of the lemon juice, I would use vinegar. So it's basically just egg yolks and an acid. And then I would also add fresh tarragon. And béarnaise sauce is great on steak. It's great on eggs as well, but I always think of béarnaise sauce served on steak. So Hollandaise is not just for breakfast. It's also really good on potatoes. It's really good on asparagus. My arm is getting tired. And that's probably pretty good. Add a bit more butter just because we can. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm just going to take a little taste. It definitely needs a little salt. We don't want to overdo it. A little bit of salt. And I'm also going to add a pinch of harissa, which is really spicy. You don't need to do this, but a little bit of cayenne or some Tabasco is nice. Just gives it a little bite. And this is going to give it a little color as well. So that's just the salt and the harissa. And that, my friends, is Hollandaise sauce. Let me grab the poached eggs. So I'm just going to go, take a spoon. I did put a little bit of oil on these. They're just silicone. A little steam in there. Those look really good. And those Poach Pods come in sets of 2, but if you have a big enough pan, you can certainly do more. And there, please don't slide off, is our Eggs Benedict. Again, if you put, traditionally it has Canadian bacon. You can use bacon or sausage, like I mentioned before. Lobster or crab meat is really good on that. So that is the first of our mother sauces, and maybe we'll do some more. We've done the bechamel, so this is the second of our mother sauces. So again, you know, it looks hard. You just have to keep an eye on it, and it's not rocket science. And it's eggs. If you screw it up, throw them away, start again. And it's delicious. And this is going to be Heather and her husband's dinner tonight. So give us a call if we can help you and answer any questions or help you curbside. Come visit us between 10 and 5 daily, except Sundays 10 to 4. And we'd love to hear from you or see you in person. Have a great week, guys.